Hey, whippersnappers, this is Tortimer the Grey. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Pokemon Black 2 Rotten Egglock Pokeath'locke Season 5. Today, we are picking up where we left off last time, having made our way through the Unova Victory Road. And I guess I should say the Black 2, White 2 Victory Road, because it is actually a different Victory Road than what you encounter in the first set of games. So, there you go. Today you learned. Actually, the rest of you guys probably played these games a decade ago or whenever it came out. And so, yeah, not a surprise to anybody but me, who is just now getting this far into these games. But yes, so we are all set for the Elite Four, at least I hope so. Everybody is level 62. Wasn't really necessary to get to that high a level, but I think just for OCD's sake, yeah, Jaeger had been level 62. We had a mixture of like 61s and 60s, and like everybody was kind of in that range. And so for OCD's sake, I went ahead and ground Jaeger up to level 62. But we are heading into the Elite Four today, so we're going to just go ahead and do that right now. This is not the finale of this series, though, as we talked about last time and a number of times throughout the course of this series. We will actually be doing a bonus episode at the end of this series, probably come out in a couple of days or so after this one, where we will be hatching all of the remaining eggs that you guys submitted for the Rotten Egglock, because you guys spent a lot of time getting all those amazing eggs together for us, and so I want to make sure they all see the light of day, since it's been a little while since we've hatched one, even just if you're watching the series binging all at once. It's been a couple of episodes, I feel like, and our team's kind of been set for a little while now, so it hasn't really been a huge priority to do a lot of catching and a lot of hatching, and we've kind of been trying to cram a lot into these episodes. Here we go. We got through this guy's spiel, and now we have to decide how we want to do this. Now, I think we'll probably just go clockwise. We'll start over here on the left and just kind of work our way around. I think we're probably pretty well set up for whichever Elite Four members we come up against. So this is the Dark one, or the Ghost one, obviously. So we will be using Moreau, who I believe is who I've got up front. Moreau is pretty good against several of the Elite Four members, so going to be leading there. One thing we are going to be kind of blind on, and I probably should have looked, I kind of briefly glanced at levels. I honestly couldn't even tell you off the top of my head right now who the champion is, but I think we're level-wise going to be alright, and that's pretty much all the information I've got, so we'll see how that goes. But here we go, come on. There is one man who wanders the world with a black dragon Pokemon, and to pursue ideals, that's part of a novel I'm writing. I want to write down the event that happened on the day. Sorry, it has nothing to do with you. You're a challenger, right? I'm the Elite Four's Ghost-type Pokemon user, Chantal, and I shall be your opponent. Alright, girl, let's do it! But yes, this will be the final action-packed episode of the series. We will have that bonus episode, but not much going to be happening outside of hatching eggs in that one. We've got a Cofagrigus. Alright. But this one, hopefully, we'll be able to get in all the Elite Four members and the champion. Ideally, we will survive through the... set up the Tailwind. Hopefully we'll be surviving through the course of today's episode, and then we can... Ooh, we avoided it. Beautiful. Although Dark Pulse is a special attack. And then, at the end of this episode, we can talk more specifics about what Pokemon we would like to be transferring into Moreau. Look at you, girl! Dang! She's just avoiding all the Will-O-Wisps. What a good girl. We could be talking in more details about which specific Pokemon you guys would like to be seeing transferred into the next season. When that happens, Elite Four Chantal is about to send in Driflim. Will you switch your Pokemon? I know Driflim's got Thunderbolt. Let me... We've got Shadow Claw. We could also go Schnoz, because let's go Schnoz. It's part flying. And we've got the Tailwind up, which might help Schnoz. I don't know. Schnoz might still be too slow to take advantage of it. But I can't think of anything that Driflim that I remember seeing. I could go Stone Edge, I could go Power Jam, or I could go Thunder. Let's just go Stone Edge. That'll at least be Stab. Schnoz is a little bit more specially... Okay. think it just must have a lot of HP. I'm like, why is this moving so slowly? Is this going to do that little? But then I just kept going. So I was a little worried there. I was like, really? That's all it's going to do? But there we go. We did fine. Petered out. That's all right. About to send out Golurk. Will you switch your Pokemon? Yeah. I think we'll go ahead and bring in Marvel for Golurk. Just kind of keep it spread around. We do need Moreau for a handful of battles today, so don't want to overtax her. Going to keep her PP up as best we can. And Marvel should be able to handle this guy no trouble at all. I did move a couple of moves around. We had to teach Marvel Toxic, or we had to teach Marvel Waterfall to get through the Victory Road last episode. And I went ahead and replaced that with Toxic. She's pretty bulky. Yeah, beautiful. She's pretty bulky, and so I figure that was, of the moves that I had, that was probably the best. If anybody needs to stall, she could probably manage it. And so that would be just fine. All right, Chandelure. I think Chandelure for sure has Energy Ball. So I think we're going to go ahead and switch again. And I think we'll bring Moreau back in. Let her finish off Chantal here. I think it was just 4 Pokemon. But yes, while we are going to be waiting a little bit to be talking about transfers, we do have another bit of information we can kind of delve into in the meantime. Let's go ahead and throw up the Dark Pulse here. What's that going to do for us? Oh, plenty. Atta girl Moreau. These rotten Pokemon really growing on me, so the mission accomplished. Player, yes, we defeated Chantal. So, but while we can't talk about the specifics of transfers, which Pokemon specifically we want to transfer until we get through this whole charade today, we can start talking about which nation we were drafted into, and no, there's a teleporter pad around. I'm like, wait, how am I supposed to get out of here again? Here we go. Which nation you guys voted us into, and who that means our starter is going to be. Yeah, I think we said we were just going to go clockwise. I don't remember the actual order, but we get a chance to kind of shift things around once we get in here. This looks like Grimsley and his dark types, maybe, I want to say. Yep. All right, so let's quickly switch Jaeger. Switch Jaeger around. Should be good. But yes, so at the time that voting closed, we actually had a 4-way tie, if I remember correctly. We had a 4-way tie, and so it actually had to go to RNG, which is a little unheard of. But there it is. Actually, it's not the first time that's happened. I feel like one of the generations I had to go to RNG to do a tiebreaker for one of the transfers. But you guys all were kind of split on the decision, and so I plugged it in. Yeah, Grimsley says a lot of things, and we're not going to listen to any of them. Yeah, you guys were very split on the decision, and so I plugged it into the RNG, and we came out as Earth Kingdom. So not Fire Nation, not Water Tribe, not Air Nomads, but Earth Kingdom. So we will be running Earth Kingdom, which means for those of you guys who are, it's been a while, you need a refresher, you're like, what does that even mean? What are we talking about? Yeah, I figured Fake Out was coming. So for the avatar lock, oh, I completely forgot that Jaeger's got inner focus or something that prevented it from flinching. So, or prevented him from flinching. Well, all right. There we go. Fantastic. So for the avatar lock, the basic premise is it's based on Avatar: The Last Airbender. And we had to kind of decide one nation that we were going to be a part of. And that nation we got to be a part of, which are the 4 nations of that series, the Air Nomads, the Water Tribe, the Fire Nation, and the Earth Kingdom. That's going to limit the types of Pokemon that we are allowed to use. And so, like, if we had ended up as an Air Nomad, we'd only be able to use Pokemon that had the Flying type, the Ghost type, the Psychic type, the Fairy type, and or Bug and Normal, which are allowed to be used by all nations. All right, Bug and Normal are kind of across the board. Anybody can use those. It didn't really matter. If we had been Water Tribe, we would have only been able to use Water types, Ice types, Grass types, or Poison types. Fire Nation would have been Fire, Electric, Dark, or Dragon. Wait, what is he trying to learn? Reversal? Nah, we're pretty good with your moves at this point, buddy. But we were RNG'd into the Earth Kingdom, So what that means is we are going to only be able to allow to use Pokemon that have as their primary or secondary typings ground, rock, steel, fighting, or then obviously, of course, then bug and normal. So that's going to about to send in Crocodile. Will you switch your Pokemon? No, I think we're okay. I don't remember. I only very briefly glanced at what was coming up here today. Ooh, Intimidate's a little obnoxious. I only very briefly glanced at it, just kind of to make sure that levels were going to be okay. In fact, I probably should have switched out. If only just to save the PP of Drain Punch a little bit. Rock Tomb? Not particularly worried about that. But yeah, so what that means, being an Earth Kingdom member, in Generation 6... Yeah, Generation 6, that's right. It means that basically we only really have one option for... full restore. That's a little less than ideal. We really only want to have option for our starters. So basically, because Chespin evolves into Chestnut, which is a fighting type, we are allowed to use Chespin. And since none of the other starters have primary or secondary typings that fall into the Earth Kingdom's register, that means we are once again doing a Gen 6 run with Chespin. So, yeah, there we go, which I'm actually pretty excited about. We've done Chespin and Fennekin on this channel, and I've done runs on my own. I did a Wedlocke on my own at some point through... I didn't send Scrafty. Will you switch your Pokemon? Yeah, I do want to switch. Let's go ahead and go Moreau, I guess. What was I saying? Oh, and I've used all of the starters, and Chespin is definitely my favorite from that generation. So I would have been happy with either Froakie or Chespin ending up being our starters for this run, but I'm really not the biggest fan of the Fennekin line. I gave him a shot and everything, and it did not. It doesn't do much for me. The super humanoid. I mean, like, obviously a lot of the starters have been kind of humanoid for a while, but I don't know. It just the furry. It just doesn't connect with me in a way that like Chespin does. So I'm excited about that. It's been a long time since we did our Pokemon X blind run, which was the last time that I did use a Chespin Chestnut sort of deal. So we will be Earth Kingdom members who are traveling the region with our Chespin. So that is very exciting. And you guys will get the opportunity here in a little bit once we get through the remainder of these trainers. Or Elite Four members. I mean, they're trainers, I guess, technically, but they're a little higher status than that. Once we get through all of these battles today, and we see who has survived from this current rJgsTZ team, then we will have the opportunity to vote on who we want to see coming into that next season, along with Chespin. Gotta find super potions. Oh, did literally no. I guess yeah. We either one shot, or they healed, or they flinched, or we had Drain Punch, or all right. Well, that works, I guess. So yeah, Chespin, and then you guys will get the opportunity to do some voting here, and I'll kind of lay out for everybody. Okay, this is what's her name? This is the psychic lady. So I guess Moreau again. Yeah, I guess. We do have Signal Beam on Tierkreis, so we can do that as a backup as well. We'll kind of see how this goes. Again, I'm not looking at like the team breakdowns as I'm doing this. I kind of briefly glanced just for the sake of levels, and I kind of saw, okay, my Pokemon are already basically at the level they need to be for the Elite Four. And so I kind of just quickly leveled everybody off so for my own OCD's sake, but I didn't spend that much more time doing the researching, because from what I remembered, and it's kind of proving to be true, you only need like 2 or 3 types to be able to get through this entire Elite Four. I really have no idea what to expect with the champion, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, hopefully we can roll through Caitlin. That's her name. I want to say Celeste. But I feel like that's somebody else. Anyway, well, obviously it is because that's not her name. What does she start with? Musharna. Alright, I think we can handle Musharna. I might set up the Tailwind again, just because that seemed to work out alright. Not going to hurt us, at least. And that way we can kind of scout a little bit on what she's going to do here. Reflect. Okay, I'm alright with that. We're going to be using Dark Pulse, so not planning on throwing up the physical moves at present anyhow. But yes, so Earth Kingdom, which we already talked about, but again, rock types, ground types, steel types, and fighting types. And the way that's going to work is there's going to be pretty limited. There's going to be some routes in the next season. Ooh. Okay. Rose got nice bulk. There's going to be some routes in Kalos that we're just not going to be able to get Pokemon from. I kind of, after the voting happened, I went through and I did full restore, really. I did kind of break down each route in Kalos and kind of jot down. I went through Cerebee's Poke Earth and went on each route and kind of figured out, okay, these are the Pokemon that are available. And so basically there's going to be some routes where we're not going to be able to get encounters. And those routes that we do have available encounters on, it's going to be kind of like the Wedlocke and stuff where you had the gender clause, where it's going to be the first legal encounter on each route is going to be the Pokemon we have to take. So it's not going to be like, okay, well, on Route 2, we ran into a Wingull or whatever. I mean, whatever's early route there. Pidgey. Well, Pidgey's normal. I guess we can technically use Pidgey. But about to send in Sigilyph. Will you switch your Pokemon? Yeah, I think we'll switch. Let's bring Schnoz in again. But basically, if it's a fire type, let's say a mono fire type, well, as an Earth Kingdom user, we can't, member, we can't use a fire type Pokemon. But if there happens to be like a Mankey on that route as well, then we just go until we encounter the first Mankey we find, if that's the only legal encounter. If there's more than one legal encounter, then again, whatever legal one we come across first. You guys get it. So that's kind of how it's gonna work. We are unfortunately not the Avatar, so we are kind of limited. Ooh. See, that was slow and with garbage. Oh, Reflect was up too, I guess. Well, alright, I guess let's see what this one does. Psychic, I am not scared of. Schnoz can handle that. Let's land a Stone Edge here. Oh, yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Good work, Schnoz. So, yeah, I think that's basically all the issues, or all the kind of quirks about next season that I wanted to refresh you guys on. I will, I think I started saying, I don't know if I finished this thought. Probably not, knowing me. Yeah, Ranunculus. Let's go ahead and let's bring in Tierkreis. Tierkreis hasn't seen much action, although Tierkreis is going to pretty much handle the next member, but that's all right. We could throw some Signal Beams up here, and I think we'll be all right. Watch, Tierkreis goes down, and I've got nothing for the next next Elite Four member. This is hilarious. I came back to a thought. It was like, oh, I think I started saying this, and then didn't complete, and then I got distracted, and I'm not going to complete that thought. And now it's going to take me a while to remember it, because it's not on the tip of my tongue right now. Yeah. Oh, no, what I was going to say, I remembered it. What I was going to say is I'll walk you through what the entire pool, transfer pool looks like, just because, to give you guys the opportunity to kind of see all that again, because you probably have not had the chance to do so in a little while, given how long it's been since the last season took place, which would have been the last time we went through the full transfer pool. That last season was probably like 2 years ago now. So we will go through that, but I will have specially highlighted, which you guys will see in a bit, especially highlighted the specific Pokemon that are legal and eligible to be transferred into the next season. And that doesn't mean, so obviously those restrictions, like with the other restrictions that we've had in the past, those restrictions will only be in place for this next season. Obviously, the next time, unless there's other rules and restrictions that apply, all Pokemon are obviously still available, except for Kalik, who was in the transfer pool, but died through the course of the Rotten Egglock here. So he is the one and only transfer who is not going to continue to be available. Man, That didn't do much. Citrus berry kind of ooh. I was a little worried about that. Ooh, as I should have been. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. You know, I was thinking, oh, my tier crisis Thunderbolt, but didn't actually get as far as worrying about that. All right. Tier crisis is bulky. Let's in fact bring tier crisis in and use these signal beams and ideally take out this opposing Gothiel here. Tier crisis has proven to be fairly bulky for us in the past. Not as bulky as I would love there, actually, but yeah, hopefully this signal beam will be more than sufficient. There we go, finishing off the opposing Gothiel. I think that is all of Caitlin's Pokemon. I could be wrong. I haven't been keeping complete check. Wants to learn Brave Bird. As ideal as that would be, I'd rather you not kill yourself. So we'll give up on Brave Bird for now. All right, there we go. Caitlin is down. Fantastic. So we will get everybody healed up and then head into, what was it? Chantal, Grimsley, Caitlin, and then the only name I have in my head is Bruno. You haven't faced all the members of the Elite Four yet, have you? Don't concern yourself about me. Go on ahead. Oh, I'm not concerned about you. It's your job. Your job is to get beat by me. All right, I do not remember this guy's name. The only name I have in my head is Bruno or Rocky, and I don't think it's either of those. Let's go ahead and use Moreau. Okay, looking good. Okay. Beauty. Now, what I actually do remember looking at this guy. At least enough to realize that he's got Sock and Throw on his team. And I think they both have Dark-type moves. And they both have Rock moves. And I think one of them had Sturdy. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lead Marvel. Marvel's bulky enough and has enough power behind her that she can probably handle this guy okay, at least to start. And once we get through those guys, I think it's pretty clear sailing for Tierkreis to come in and clean up. I really wish I remembered this guy's name. I should. Greetings, Challenger. My name is Marshall. No, I would never have gotten that. Marshall. Okay, he's just got like an actual name. I'm the #1 pupil of my mentor, Alder. In order to master the art of fighting, I've kept training. You are also walking a similar path with your Pokemon. Indeed. It's my intention to test you to take you to the limits of your path. Kaya! Alright, we've got this guy, and then we've got the champion. Very exciting. We're doing okay time-wise, but might be a little long, although all the last episodes have been a little long, so what am I to say? What do I even know about that at this point? Alright, what I will do is throw up the Confuse Ray. I'm hoping not to have them on the field long enough for Toxic to be necessary. Toxic's kind of like my last-ditch effort sort of thing, like stalling them out. I think we could probably two-shot this guy with Surf. Yeah, he's got the rock moves. Lowers my speed, right? Alright, that's fine. Marvel's got them leftovers. Gonna heal up like half of that. Beautiful. Alright, let's just go ahead and surf it up. Hope that we occasionally get some help from the confusion. And let it ride. Hoping for it no, not a two-shot. Snapped out of the confusion. I avoided the attack, so that's ideal, I guess. Might be full health again. Yeah, alright. I mean, I'll take it, I guess. Unfortunately, I'm going to whittle this guy down. This is not doing as much as I was hoping. I'm going to whittle this guy down, and he's going to full restore. Yeah, he's definitely going to full restore here. Curses. Alright. Me. If he wants to waste it this early on, I guess. I think they each only have one. I could be wrong. I think we saw a couple of the other Elite Four members have used them at this point. But I don't think they used more than one. And I don't know if that's because I was one-shotting Pokemon or what. But yeah, this is going to be a three-shot. Darn it! Marble? That's okay. She's bulky enough for me not to worry too much about it. Now, Storm Throw. What is that? That sounds new. Alright. Even a crit was nothing to write home about. Alright. Fair enough. I was hoping for a better damage roll there. Okay, never mind. We'll do this. I don't remember if this one was the Guts one or if this one was the... one had Guts and one had Sturdy. And I don't remember which is which. I feel like the blue one had Sturdy. Which, what was this one? Throw? So like a sock. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like I still probably don't want to bring another Pokemon out against these guys. Okay, Mindshell. Mindshell I think I will risk. Let's bring Tierkreis in. Again, I didn't look that closely at what was going on here, so this could be a huge mistake, but I think we're probably going to be okay. Marshall sent out Mindshell. I think a Psychic will be plenty. May not even get to move. Ooh, baby. All right. Beauty. Yeah, see, Sock I am worried about, though. Yeah, let's switch again. You know what? Well, no, the rock moves would be bad against Habanero. I'm like, we haven't even gotten to use Habanero once yet today. Which is disappointing. With those rock moves in play, I don't think now is the time to do it. Hang on. I'm gonna quick just look. Yeah, Sock is the one with Sturdy. So yeah, we'll go ahead and bring Marvel back in. I'm guessing the way they are designed, Sock is a little leaner, Throw is a little chunkier. I'm gonna guess that Sock probably has higher attack but lower defenses. So maybe we'll be able to get through Sock a little quicker. Let's throw up the Surf. See what that does for us. Oh yeah, a little quicker. Hopefully this doesn't do too much for him. Ooh, a little dangerous. But we were faster, so we should be able to just finish him off. Boom, baby. Alrighty. That leaves the Conkeldurr, which I think we'll bring Tierkreis out for. Because Marvel's a little beat up. So then Conkeldurr. Yep, we will let our Psychic type clean up here. Conkeldurr's bulky and has some good moves probably, but Tierkreis is also fairly bulky in my experience. Maybe not by most Pokemon standards, but she's bulky enough for these purposes. At least she has been thus far. I guess we will kind of see how this plays out. This is my final Pokemon. All comes down to this. You know it. All right. Tierkreis is faster. Throws up the Psychic. Does he even get a chance to hit? Does he even get a chance? Does he? Oh, no, he does not. Beautiful. Good work, Tierkreis. All right. Love it. Love it. Level 36. Or 63. 36 would be bad. We would be in trouble. All right. So there we go. The Elite Four has been completed. And, now, you have become the strongest trainer in this Pokemon League. The statue in the central chamber will take you to the Champions Room. And you know what? I hate to do this to you guys, because this was not my intention. But we are like just shy of 30 minutes, which is a great place to call an episode. So what I think I'm going to do, and I'm sorry, I didn't plan to do this until just this moment. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to call this episode here for today. We took out the Elite Four. Next episode, we will take on the champion and do all of our hatching all at the same time. So, yeah, that'll give you guys a little extra incentive to watch me hatch everybody else's Pokemon. You guys can all marvel in the excitement of that, because we'll just start the episode off with the championship battle, and then we'll jump right into hatching eggs after that point. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know, I guess, because the original comment question of the day was going to be, what transfers would you like? But obviously that's going to be happening next time. So instead, let me know which Avatar Nation you would want to be a part of if you were to live in that world and or do an Avatar lock of your own. So again, Air Nomads, Water Tribe, Fire Nation, and Earth Kingdom. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. And I'll be back next time with the championship battle and hatching extravaganza. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.